airlines and tour operators in Britain are warning travelers to expect significant delays a day after a technical glitch in the country's air traffic control system. The issue has been fixed, but a knock-on effect from the delays and cancellations on Monday is expected to continue for at least another day. More than 1,200 flights were cancelled.
The plane was cancelled from Paris Orly yesterday. We waited for 2.5 hours in baggage handling. They sent our bags to the wrong terminal, so we were stuck in the airport for about 7 or 8 hours yesterday. We were left high and dry and were given no options except to leave the airport.
Well, we were at Geneva Airport yesterday and the flight was cancelled at the last minute. We subsequently tried to get out of Geneva, but there was no flights to the UK for the next 2 days, no flights at all. So we decided to get the train into Lyon, had an overnight stay at a Lyon hotel. Now we've caught the train from Lyon to Charles de Gaulle, subsequently flying to Edinburgh and then Edinburgh to Birmingham back home. So we've all lost a day at work. It's cost us 1,500 quid for 4 people.
So I got told on the train on the way here that the flight was cancelled by a guy. We checked on our phones and it was. And then we came here and we were in the queue and just no one was helping us, no one was coming over to us. We got no information, and then we talked to one person and she just ignored us. She came over, started talking to us and then walked away. And then we talked to another guy and they were like, yeah, you have to wait for an email. And so we went to the hotel, which BA are going to pay for. They're going to refund us.
And for more on this, let's bring in Arise chief correspondent John Cookson, who's live in London. John, great to see you. You've been monitoring air travel chaos in and out of the UK. What's the latest?
Hi there, ladies. Great to be on Newsday as always. Well, I'm just thanking my lucky stars I'm not flying today, flying in or out of the UK, because it's absolute chaos out there still. Do you know there are 200,000 passengers stranded either in the UK or in Europe or in different parts of the world, waiting to get a flight home. Flights are still being cancelled on a big scale at Heathrow, Gatwick, Luton, Manchester, Edinburgh, Glasgow. Stansted is a bit of a bright spot. People are getting away and planes are starting to land there, but it really is absolute chaos. Social media, of course, awash with comments from passengers. I've just picked a couple of them here. One passenger saying the situation is hellish. Another one says we're near breaking point. Another lady says it's a complete nightmare. And those expressions, of course, summing things up pretty much. This air traffic control issue is said to be fixed, but clearly there are still some problems at all the major airports in the UK. And of course, this affects incoming flights from other countries in Europe and America and all over the world. So it's a pretty ghastly situation, which is likely to last, I understand, probably until the weekend now, because all the crews are in the wrong places, the planes are in the wrong places, the timetable's up the spout. It's a really bad situation.
Wow, John, 200,000 people. I share your sentiment that you don't have any flights going out of the UK. But there was a lot of speculation about the UK's air traffic control system being hacked into by foreign power. Has the British government made any comments on this?
Well, what Mark Harper, the Transport Secretary, said today was that it wasn't a hacking by a foreign power, although if you look at social media and so-called experts, they reckon the Russians or the Chinese might have had a hand in this, but there's absolutely no proof. And even if the system had been hacked, the British government is not going to say that it had. There was one report, and one report only in the Times newspaper today, saying that it all started because of a rogue French controller. Yes, we're blaming the French. Misfiling some kind of report, and that had a sort of domino effect across Europe. But the NATS, which is the control system, is saying that things are fixed now, but they are not saying what it was. All the British government is saying at the moment is that the system wasn't hacked by a foreign power.
Well, John, regarding those that are stranded, the 200,000 and maybe even more, are they likely to receive any compensation for this clear inconvenience?
Yes and no. Yes and no. It depends where the airline that you're travelling with is registered. If it's the UK and the EU, say, for example, British Airways and Ryanair, then you can claim a free flight, or you can claim a refund. You can claim a night in a hotel, and you can claim for refreshments. Now, I say yes and no because this is all theory. Airlines are notoriously bad in coughing up and paying compensation. They're still dilly-dallying over compensation that should have been paid during the COVID era. So even though people can put in a claim, who knows when it's going to get paid. If the airline is registered outside of the UK, for example, Delta in America, then it depends on the terms and conditions of your ticket. So in theory, yes, people can get a new ticket, they can get their money back, but who knows when.
So how soon will things get back to normal at UK airports?
It looks very much like it's going to last. Well, experts are saying that it's going to get worse before it gets better, strangely enough, shockingly enough. So today's going to be bad. We're looking really at the weekend before things start to get back to normal because, as I said earlier, all the crews, they're out of time on their hours. They have to be rostered. Planes are in the wrong places. It's a complete mess, and it's going to take days and days to sort out.
Well, as long as things eventually get better, that's what we certainly hope for. All right, Chief Correspondent John Cookson, thank you for joining us here on Newsday. We appreciate your time and analysis as always.